Oh my god! Seth Rollins not only mentioned Dean Ambrose, he called him Mox. This is his AEW name. Now, it doesn't mean that he's coming back! Miss Tag with Sasha will be dope. No. Pat McAfee also mentioned Mox. 7 days, can't wait. I'll let the man dream, but welcome back to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? I've seen you've been smashing that like button lately. Big Coca Jumbo vibes. People, if it wasn't for Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns' segments, I would be convinced I was watching last week's show. It's Royal Rumble season. Please try. Speaking of Jon Moxley, since I'm not making AEW reviews at the moment, I really want to talk about this. So Jon Moxley came back and this is a whole different person. I mean, this is the last time we seen Jon Moxley and now he looks like this. The man looks 10 years younger at least. He was called a drunk by a fan, and Moxley dropped an F-bomb. Hey, go f*** yourself. Get that guy out of here. Piece of shit. Jon Moxley said that at 8 p.m. on live television when children are watching. I love it. Dare I say, big Coca Jumbo vibes. And you know what's the best part? He got roasted on live television, he was probably kicked out, so he embarrassed himself and the world doesn't even know the face behind the stupid comments. You love to see it. Now SmackDown kicked off with the Usos. It was a special occasion, everybody. Celebrating Roman Reigns being the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time. Roman shows us a pretty cool video package of his WWE Universal Championship title reign. Over 500 days already. Man, time just flies. This is a very good championship title reign. I mean, I loved CM Punk's WWE title reign, but since it's Roman Reigns, WWE obviously loved the guy. It does feel a lot more important because for the most part, these championship matches main event shows. Seth Rollins quickly interrupts and he says, "You took my comments way too personally, man. You sent the Usos. I was talking metaphorically." He wasn't necessarily talking about the Shield or the Bloodline helping Roman Reigns. He was talking about, well, basically the management. But he says the Usos are the cornerstone of Reigns' success. They're the ones that make everything you do possible. They hold you up just like me and Mox did in the Shield. And obviously the crowd went, "Oh, he just said Mox. He's from AEW. He's not supposed to be mentioned. Mox, he's from AEW. Mentioned in the WWE show. How does that work? I sucked at math." I think it's pretty cool. You know, I like that WWE are acknowledging that yes, this person, Dean Ambrose, is still wrestling, but he's Jon Moxley right now wrestling in another company. It exists. This multiverse is getting connected. It works. I think it's pretty awesome, and it gives me an opportunity to use that in the title of this video. So, let's just say, all positives. So Seth Rollins says, "You know what? I want a tag team match. If I win against the Usos are banned from ringside at Royal Rumble." Roman Reigns didn't feel it, but the Usos accepted. Who would want to tag with you? Yeah, Kevin Owens music hits, and of course Kevin Owens wants to tag Seth Rollins. I like him. I love this bromance, man. That's the best part of Monday Night Raw right now. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. I love it. Really, you know, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens vibes from this one. Roman Reigns says, "This is my show and I make the last call. If the Usos win, we're no longer having this match at the Royal Rumble and I'm gonna go on a vacation." When Roman Reigns is talking about vacations, I always imagine him as Maui, just running around naked in an island. You love to see it. And Seth Rollins accepts. Big match feel, yet very, very predictable. Obviously, we're not gonna cancel this match. We all know that. It's not happening. So yeah, it's, I guess in kayfabe and storyline it does make sense and we shouldn't be mad about it. It's all good. Whatever. I'm just saying the rest of the show really, really sucked. And I feel so bad about it because for the most part, I used to really love SmackDown. We see Moss and Corbin. Moss makes a couple of bad jokes, and it's time for Kofi versus Madcap Moss, but we see Big E. Big E is going to help Kofi. So we saw the rematch, and trust me, in this show we saw quite a few of them, and this time Kofi Kingston won the match with a nice looking Trouble in Paradise, and then we saw a big ending. New Day reunites for the 60,545th time. It's whatever. I just kinda always feel sorry for Big E every time I see him right now, because I believe we all thought he's going to be a WWE champion at WrestleMania, and unfortunately that is definitely not happening right now. Then we saw Aliyah, and I've just realized something. Rey Mysterio's daughter is also Aliyah. Is that the same person?
Is Aliyah wrestling on SmackDown without my knowledge? Not booyaka.
Summer Rae, yes. When was the last time we saw her in the WWE? I believe that was like 2014, so glad to see her. And we're gonna see her at the Royal Rumble as well. So we saw Natalya versus Aliyah. So yeah, this time it wasn't a 4-second match, and this time Natalya got disqualified, and after the match she continued the attack until we saw Xia Li. Xia Li saves Aliyah, and Rey Mysterio instantly became a fan. I've already seen this. I think I'm seeing this for the 3rd time. She's saving people. Sure, I get it. She's a babyface. I already understand that with my big brain. I have a big forehead. Do something. We saw Los Lotharios versus the Viking Raiders in a very short match in which the Viking Raiders won because they're challenging for the tag team championships. Meh. I would rather see Los Lotharios versus the Usos, if I'm being honest. The Viking Raiders really need a character change. For the most part, I always disagree with the WWE when we get some drastic character changes. For example, Gunther. I'm not feeling it, you know, this one I'm not feeling. The Viking Raiders really need something new. Turn them heel. I don't know. Another rematch in Naomi versus Charlotte Flair Championship Contenders match, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's good. Of course, we saw Sonya Deville, and now she is the referee, and she completely ignored Naomi's spins. And once we got a submission, we saw a screw job, and Charlotte Flair won. Again, I get it. We already get it. We saw this many times before. It's time for the match. It's time for the match. Please do it. We need it. We're tired of it. We've seen it already many times. The bromance continues. Kevin Owens takes the microphone and he says, if it wasn't for the Usos, I would be the Universal Champion right now. So I'm not gonna let that happen to my best friend, Seth Rollins. Oh, you really are an honest man right now. The therapy really helped. I keep saying this, but this is really good. I wouldn't even mind seeing a WrestleMania match between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. You know, there's still some time and they can really make it work. If not that, put them in a tag team match for the tag team championships. Wouldn't mind it. Oh man, this sucked. This was, it hurts to say because I'm a Sami Zayn simp. Yes. I'm gonna come out of a closet and say that I am a Sami Zayn simp. I love Sami. I love Sami Zayn. But this hurts to say, hurts to say. I did not like this promo. It was really bad. So he basically wants to do the same thing Johnny Knoxville did in testing self-defense items, weapons, or whatever. And it wasn't really Sammy's fault, but you see, when he did that, we heard some terrible sound effects, which I know you don't have to do it for real. But this was so cartoonish, it sounded so fake. But once we got Johnny Knoxville, he said, well, it wasn't turned on, insinuating that, you know, Sami Zayn cheated. But I'm gonna turn it on. And he did, and it was even worse. So I was like, okay, maybe he's going to do it for real now. Or maybe at least we're gonna get some better sound effects. And it was even worse, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Johnny Knoxville eliminates Sami Zayn, and yeah, this really sucked. And I love Sami. I'm sorry. We saw Eric Bischoff, and he gives advice to Adam Pearce on what kind of leader he should be. Come on, Eric. Have you seen Adam's balls? Show your balls, Adam. Show your balls and this whole conversation will end. But Adam was inspired and he said, you know, what you did right here to Naomi was wrong, and next time you are going to face Naomi in a match on SmackDown. Big balls vibes. Finally we are going to see that match Or are we? I don't trust WWE anymore. It's all about Sheamus, all about rematch. Another rematch on SmackDown, everybody. Yes, we got another rematch. And I'm not gonna complain because Ricochet is so fun to watch and Sheamus is unbelievable. But what was the point? Sheamus won again. Who cares? Ricochet, I mean, I'm not saying Ricochet should win against Sheamus. But Ricochet is someone who should win in general. So don't put him against Sheamus in matches. Ricochet needs to win. You know, we saw Jeff Jarrett basically introduce himself to Rick Boogs. I don't know what was the point of that segment. Oh, so he's the Intercontinental Champion. I know WWE lately keep pushing the Intercontinental Championship matches down our throats. I know we're seeing so much of the championship, but sometimes I just forget who's the champion. And it's my fault. I take all the responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. And then it was time for the main event. If Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens win, the Usos are barred from ringside. If the Usos win, Rollins loses his Universal Championship opportunity. The match was fine. You know, not gonna complain. Wasn't anything special. But we saw some people from Raw against some people from SmackDown. And Michael Cole's explanation was, it's Royal Rumble season. Never knew it's a possibility. I didn't know it was a rule, but turns out if it's Royal Rumble season, you can do whatever you want. Pat McAfee also said, you know, Roman Reigns is a different man, Seth Rollins is a changed man, Mox is a changed man. So yeah, we got another mention of Mox, which makes me believe it wasn't a mistake or a shoot. It was scripted. WWE wanted Seth Rollins and Pat McAfee to mention Jon Moxley. Great. Maybe it's because Jon Moxley just came back and they wanted to do something nice. I assume. Now, obviously, if it wasn't obvious already, Rollins and Kevin Owens won the match, but by disqualification, because right before they were supposed to win the match, we saw Roman Reigns with a Superman punch, and that's how the show ends, with Roman Reigns being like, yeah, the Usos are going to lose already, I might as well kick the shit out of Seth. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Friday night SmackDown. It was pretty bad. I guess it's fair to say the show was in general pretty bad, but Rollins, Reigns, this whole stuff is really good, but that's kind of the issue. Outside of the storyline, this show would be mostly unwatchable. Let's just be honest, at this point, even Raw has better stuff, which is, I can't believe these words came out of my mouth. It feels weird. Raw, better than SmackDown. It feels weird. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to check out Greatness TV. A video is coming out in like 2-3 days. We'll see about that because I'm about to record it. Thank you very much. Peace.